Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics take on the Toronto Raptors. And we can start it right away with Jason Tatum making the little step back jumper. And Boston goes up by 112-11. Boston up by 7. RJ Barrett gets into the lane and makes the running hook. This ties the game at 32. Later in the second quarter, it's Tatum making the and one jumper. He'd hit the free throw as well. This puts Boston up by 6 points, 50-44. We go to the third quarter now, and it's Emmanuel quickly driving and making the layup. It's 64-60. Thaddeus Young gets the steal and sends it up to Scotty Barnes, and Scotty Barnes gets the jam. Just nice work there with the dish and dunk, and it's a 2-point game. Drew Holiday to Tatum for the jam plus the foul. He'd make the free throw and we're back square at 73. Then Tatum going to work now gets to the rim for the layup. This makes it 79-75, Boston in front in the fourth. Later, it's Tatum finding Drew Holiday on the fast break, and Drew Holiday knocks down a 3. Boston up by a dozen. At that point, they go on to win it by 9. Your final score 105-96. On MLK Day, it's the Miami Heat, mixing it up with the Brooklyn Nets. The Heat started off on the pick and roll. Duncan Robinson to Bam on a plate for the alley. Cam Thomas in the third quarter makes the 3 for the lead. He had 23 points on that game. Brooklyn up by those 3 points. Jimmy Butler driving in for the layup here, cuts the lead down to 1. Then Jimmy Butler in the fourth quarter battles inside and knocks in the bank shot. Jimmy Butler with 31 and 5 rebounds on the game. Jimmy Butler a chance to win the game, but this shot goes astray, so we go into overtime. Jimmy Butler drives and is fouled on the shot attempt. Butler would make the first free throw. This is the second one. That one goes down as well. Miami goes up 96-95. Last chance for Brooklyn. Less than 5 seconds to go and Bridges drives, but his baseline jumper is off. The Heat hang on in OT 96-95. Philadelphia and the Houston Rockets face with Joel Embiid back in the lineup after missing the last 3 games with knee inflammation. Embiid looking healthy out of the gate. Hits the fadeaway, then hits the mid-range. Philly takes a 4-point lead. On the other end, it's Dillon Brooks responding, left wide open. 18 points for Brooks. We move to the third quarter. It's more of Joel this time on the baseline. It's his 17th consecutive 30-point game, up right where he left off. Meanwhile, Maxey still playing at that all-star level. 27 points, 7 assists. Philly is still up by 20. The dynamic duo get the win, 124-115. Now we go to San Antonio Spurs against Atlanta Hawks with Victor Wembanyama and Trae Young on the floor. But it was all about the Hawks in the first half, with DeJounte Murray getting to the bucket. Then Trae beats the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. Hawks put 35 on the board. And Trae from logo range, cash. He starts to heat up in the second quarter even more. The floater for the score. He had 19 in the second. This the smoothest move of them all. Atlanta up by 35 at the half. Victor Wembanyama, his first bucket of the game. Then Wemby catches the alley-oop, and it's signs of life for the San Antonio Spurs. But back to reality. Trae Young with another buzzer beater. Now Wemby with the behind the back and a throw down. Wemby would have 26 points on the night. Now again, cutting and with a left-handed slam. It's a 6-point game. The comeback is real, but Jalen Johnson was balling and won. Trae Young would have 13 assists in the game. This alley-oop puts this one on ice. The Hawks win 109-99 behind 36 points and 13 assists from Trae Young. New Orleans Pelicans visiting the Dallas Mavericks. Zion Williamson and Kyrie putting on an absolute show for the fans. Kyrie getting some help. There's Derek Lively finding him cutting backdoor. Then Jaden Harding finding Kyrie for 3. Now to Zion Williamson with the and one, strong to the bucket. Then Zion added again, attacking Grant Williams for another deuce. And it's the Pelicans who take the 1-point advantage. We got a great game tied up at 59 at the half. Second half, Kyrie with a soft floater. Kyrie had 42 points and 7 assists in the game. Uncle Drew making it do what it do. but Pelicans are ahead by 6. Zion Williamson to the bucket for the lay. The ball is moving around and it's a one-possession game with 41 points for Tim Hardaway Jr., who puts the Mavs on top by 1. Brandon Ingram on the fadeaway for 2 of his 12. Ingram added again. 3-point game, 10 seconds to go for the time, but Ingram misses. The Dallas Mavericks hold on to win without Luka. Orlando Magic visiting Madison Square Garden with Jalen Brunson out for the New York Knicks. OG hits the 3. Knicks up by 7 in the first quarter. Wendell Carter Jr. hits 2 of his 17. OG cutting backdoor, nice feed from Isaiah Hartenstam. Then OG for 3. He had 17 points in 4 assists. We move to the second half. Markelle Fultz on the fast break with the throwdown. Knicks still up by 9. Orlando making a late comeback. Cole Anthony gets the deuce. Then Jalen Suggs is off. Anthony back on. It's an 11-1 Magic run, capped by the Banchero mid-range jumper. Orlando up by 3. Fultz to Banchero, and that's your ball game. Banchero with 20 points. Orlando completes the comeback and wins 98-94. Now Detroit Pistons and the nation's capital. The Pistons came into this one with a losing streak with 35 of their last 36. But Jalen Duren, though, helps them to build a 7-point lead. Then the 3 in the corner from Tyus Jones, who had 22 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. Detroit has a 1-point lead at the half. Now third quarter, Wizards on Kuz control, then Ivy blowing past defenders, and 24 points for Ivy. Detroit up by 5. Alec Burks hitting big shots late. Burks back-to-back threes. He tied his career high with 34. Detroit up by 10 late. That's when this happens. A little bit of contact underneath the basket. Kuzma gets called for the tech, has some words with the ref, gets ejected with a second tech, and a Detroit Pistons snap their 7-game losing streak with the win 129-117 over the Wizards. Golden State Warriors paying a visit to the Memphis Grizzlies. Draymond Green coming off the bench in his return from what ended up being a 16-game suspension. And there's Green with the green light knocking down the 3 Warriors up by 4. Steph Curry with the handles that'll dismantle any defense. Behind the back, between the legs and the finger. Certainly a top play of the night. The Warriors up by 2 at the half. We move straight to the fourth quarter. Here, Jacob Gillier knocks down a big 3. Then here's Gillier again ripping the ship and taking it the other way. Gillier, the NCAA all-time leader in steals. G.G. Jackson. Another 3. To finish it off is Jarrett Jackson Jr. off the glass. Memphis Grizzlies save their best for last. They win by 9, 116-107 is your final score. Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers mixing it up with the Chicago Bulls. Donovan Mitchell to Jared Allen for the running stuff. Cleveland up very early, going 5-0. Later, Mitchell drives and lays it in, and the Cavs maintaining an early advantage at 12-6. The Cavs up 4 in the second half. Donovan Mitchell splits the defense and lays in with his left hand acrobatically plus the foul. He had 34 points in the game, and the Cavaliers get an 18-point win. Your final score this one, 109-91. Utah Jazz have been on fire of late. They take on the Indiana Pacers, but the team's still playing without Tyrese. Chris Dunn throws it away to Andrew Nembhard, but Dunn steals it back and throws the alley up to John Collins. Stuffing that thing home, Utah up by 7. Then Mark spinning in the lane. The first shot is no good. He gets the ball tipped back to him and goes up for the score. He had 32 points, 10 rebounds on the game, and Utah gets a win with 132-105. LeBron James and the struggling LA Lakers taking on a tough Oklahoma City Thunder team. We start off in the first, Austin Reeves with the no-look pass to Anthony Davis, who goes up and lays that one in. Gorgeous little dish from Austin Reeves. SGA spinning baseline and gets the dunk here. Quick move there, get baseline, and then throw it down. This cuts the Lakers' lead down to 4 points, 27-23. Anthony Davis, nice bounce pass to LeBron, stretching for that lefty jam, tied at 50 at the third quarter. D'Angelo Russell to Davis, and this is a jam right here, all over Chet Holmgren. The big fella just stuffs that thing home. Lakers go up by 7, and they were moving from there. Then D'Angelo Russell to LeBron for the lap. He had 25, 7 rebounds, 6 assists on the game. Lakers up by 13. SGA drives. He gets a wide open jam to cut the lead down to 6. He had 24 points. LeBron drives and makes the no-look pass to Anthony Davis for the jam to seal this thing. Davis had 27 points, 15 rebounds. A dominating performance from Anthony Davis to lead the Lakers to a 112-105 win.